One of the most important areas of your success as a screenwriter is going to be in attracting an agent to represent you and your work. To start out this section of the program, I would like to introduce you to the first of 5 literary agents we interviewed. Leslie Kallen of the Leslie B. Kallen Literary Agency.
Hi, I'm Leslie Kallen, and I am a literary agent. My agency is called the Leslie Kallen Literary Agency, and I work a lot with screenwriters, in particular long-form feature writers, television writers who do movies of the week, and of course for cable also, which means I'm not a specialist with sitcom writers. One of the specialties that my agency has, what my agency is about, is breaking in new writing talent. So for this video, I feel like I'm qualified to talk here to some degree, because the first rule is that there are no rules, and everybody breaks in a different way. And I certainly can't have no 2 clients that have broken into the industry in the same way. I also do a lot of screenwriting seminars all over North America on industry topics, many of the topics being screenwriting. And so I have been able to, and had the good fortune to work with people and associate myself with people who teach, who are in the screenwriting education game, and have traveled from Toronto to Vancouver, San Francisco, and feel very, very linked. Austin, Texas, where I'm on the board of the Austin Writers League, has several hundred members, and all the other wonderful writing groups in North America. So I feel equipped to feel linked to other writing communities outside the Los Angeles area as well. And you don't have to be from Los Angeles to become a screenwriter. That's positively a rule if we're looking for rules to hang our hat on. So that's what I do, which is 2 things, and I feel very they feel very integrated and connected to me, the seminars and the agency.
Hi, my name is Ken Greenblatt. I am a literary agent here at Media Artist Group. I've been here for a few years, and I was asked to tell you all about what you should do as students now if you want to be screenwriters or TV writers. I think I could recommend a few different things for you. Obviously, the first thing that everyone will probably tell you is become a student of the craft. Make sure you really know how movies are written and why they're good and what makes them exciting, that kind of thing. There are a lot of different ways to do it. One is you really need to go see a lot of movies. You need to rent a lot of movies, and this is a homework assignment that is really not a bad homework assignment to receive. But in doing that, make sure you understand what has happened in the first 5 minutes, then what's happened in the second 5 minutes, then what have we built about our main character. Along the way, make sure you understand exactly what the process is and what the progress is. That's an assignment that will take you actually a lot of time to really learn. It's not as simple as it sounds. You need to understand the rules just like in this, like you would in everything else, so that you know how to break the rules eventually when you do want to make your own screenplay. But it's very important to understand what works and why it works. What you can also do right now, which could most help your career as a screenwriter, would be to read a lot, to write as often as you possibly can, to write absolutely anything, and to not get discouraged about it. But what I wouldn't recommend you do is, for a while, don't embark on the major screenplay. Don't embark on what you think is going to be the lifelong passion. Embark on bits and pieces of that. Embark on the scene where. try to piece together a number of different things that you can start doing now in small, doable bits and chunks. The idea of writing an hour and 40-minute screenplay is a bit overwhelming, so don't even attempt that at this point. In fact, what you want to do too is you want to come up with a number of different ideas that you can be working on all at the same time. And that makes people confused often, and that's okay. I think that when you're learning how to write, you need to be as confused as you possibly can be, and then you'll find how it eventually works out for you. The other thing that I would really recommend is one of the things that separates good writers from excellent writers is dialogue. You want to be able to make your dialogue sound authentic and crisp and real. You need to listen to you and your friends and to everyone in the way that they speak. But the real thing that can help you with that, and something that I would highly recommend to all writers out there, is to get involved with the school play, to get involved with any kind of theater that you can get involved with. Acting actually is the way that people write better dialogue. It's a very strange thing, and you might not have imagined that at first, but if you are a good actor, one of your things as a good actor, one of your assets by being a good actor is that you can hear the way that people speak. So listen very carefully to the way people speak, and make sure that what you will find is, except for in a situation like this where I'm the only one talking, you'll find that people don't talk in full sentences. You'll find that people don't talk in more than one sentence generally, especially in a dialogue. It's very hard to get any voice in there, and generally what the voice that is in there is only about 3 or 4 words at a time. That's in a heated, excited bit of give and take. You want to be able to understand that and hear that. Dialogue is also one of the things that's easiest to see on a piece of paper if it's right or wrong. And it will really inhibit you if it's wrong in terms of making it in this industry. People thumb through a script, they look and they see big chunks of dialogue and they say, oh, this person really doesn't know what he's doing. Dialogue should look crisp, it should look clean. The other thing that I would recommend that you do is, especially in the summers if you have some time, to find screenplays. And there are a number of different ways to get your hands on screenplays. One of them is to contact the local universities that offer classes in film and TV, that kind of thing, and ask them if they have a library where you can find some screenplays. The other way is if you happen to live in Los Angeles, there are stores in town that sell screenplays. If you don't live in Los Angeles, what you can do is contact the Writers Guild of America, which has 2 offices, one in New York and one in Los Angeles. Contact them and they will give you a list of places where you can find some screenplays. But read screenplays. Read screenplays to movies that you've seen and that you've loved, and see how it was written. How was it that we got a bit of action translated into a bit of film? It's a very important thing to learn how to do. And pretty obvious too, but you really want to become a full student of this craft. You want to be able to know what your references are. That if somebody says to you, this is really a script that's just like X, you better know what script they're talking about. You have to be fluent in this language. It's very, very important.
Hello. My name is Gary Salt. I'm the president of Paul Kohner Incorporated in Los Angeles, California. We are a theatrical and literary agency, first founded and opened in 1938. We are representing a diversified group of clients in the film and television industries, ranging from actors and actresses to authors, publishers, writers for television and film, directors, some producers, and musical composers. What I'm going to specifically be talking about for the next few moments are issues particular to those of you who are interested in writing for television and motion pictures, and how you begin to prepare yourself for that kind of a career, and what you can expect and what you need to think about long term and maybe short term from those of you who are currently in high school, going on to college, or maybe not going on to college, in the way of getting yourself ready for this kind of work. Now, assuming that you have decided that you want to pursue this kind of a career, what do you do next? You're looking at films and television probably on a daily basis. Some of you may be thinking to yourself, this is real junk. I can do a lot better than that. Some of you may feel you already have done better than that with your own writing. This is a common sentiment among a vast number of people. Anyone who watches television for very long, inevitably, if you're a thinking person and you have a brain in your head, you can't watch hours and hours of television without coming to the realization that much of it is mediocre and even worse. Television and its general content is not there. The rationale for its existence is not there as an education tool and to advance the cause of human learning and human perfection. It's a commercial enterprise. And the first thing you must realize when you enter into this kind of work is that it is fundamentally the intersection of art and commerce in a way that many of you may not have experienced before. Writing and acting, but writing for television and film, if you're going to make it a profession, you have to recognize that there are different rules of the game. As a profession, you're now part of the commercial world. And these two apparently contradictory impulses need to reconcile each other. You need to make accommodations for both. It's certainly more than possible, and it's always desirable that the best writing and the best work can also reward you financially and with prestige and other kinds of rewards in the long run, and usually it does. Television, when it is very, very good, it's the best that you'll ever see. Programs that win awards, programs that move people on issues and ideas, reach vast numbers of people through television programming. So it is too simplistic to simply dismiss all of television as simply a narcotic for all of us to watch endlessly. When it's bad, it's terrible, and I think we all recognize that. Generally speaking, agents are representing the interests of their clients professionally. We try to find work, we solicit employment for our clients, we negotiate their employment agreements, we negotiate with the producers in the studios on their behalf, and we are always looking out for their interest. It's like any client-principal relationship. Your family probably has such a relationship if your father or your mother has an insurance agent or an insurance broker, or if they have a stockbroker, or if they have an attorney for the family that has looked after the family's business or legal matters for many years. That relationship is that of an agent and principal. It's similar to exactly what you have when you have an agent and you're paying an agent to represent your interests. He or she is there to represent your interests 100% of the time. As in the real estate business, there's a fixed general compensation level of 6%. In the film and television business, it's 10%. That is, the agent is paid 10% of the gross earnings that you receive from your work that they negotiate for you. And in some instances where you're selling or representing book material that does not fall under the jurisdiction of the unions, many agents commission 15%. But for the most part, it's fixed at 10%. And that's only paid if you receive money. Agents do not bill you for their services. They only earn their commission when you, in fact, are earning money. So out of 100% or out of $100, $90 of it is going to go to you, and $10 are going to go to the agent. This is a safe, easily policed relationship. You can always know exactly where you stand financially with your agent because you're not paying them any money unless you're getting money. So the economic relationship is on a very fundamental level, and it works.